Hi everyone, it's Karin from Rustic Home, and I'm so happy to be back sharing my project with you after a little break. Life's been quite hectic and time really does fly. But with Easter just around the corner, I thought it would be the perfect time to create something using one of the new IOD molds and transfers. I picked up these little boards from the cheap shop. They're made from MDF, but they have a textured surface on top, which is super cute. I don't want to lose that texture, so I'm going to start with a soft whitewash effect. I'm just dry brushing Alchemy by Fusion in the color white oak, just lightly over the surface so the texture still shows through. Alchemy is a thick chalk style paint, and one of the great things about it is that you can give it a light spritz of water to help move the paint around, which makes it beautiful for blending. Now that the boards are dry, I'm going to seal it with Fusion Tough Coat in Matte. I want to add transfers, and sealing the surface first makes for a much easier application. While the tough coat dries, I'll prepare my castings. I'm just calculating the volume of resin I need. Each mold cavity has a measurement, and for these 4 castings, I need approximately 94 milliliters. So I'll mix 50 ml of part A and 50 ml of part B, stir it thoroughly, and pour it into the mold. I'm just using a popsicle stick to push the resin into all the corners, and then I'll set it aside to cure. This resin takes about 10 minutes to cure, and while that's curing, I'll cut out the transfers I want to use. The castings are ready, so I'm going to paint them with Alchemy in white oak. While that dries, I'll position the transfers and use the applicator stick to rub them onto the board. Once applied, I'll burnish them well and seal everything with varnish. The castings are now dry and I'm sealing them with Fusion Tough Coat as well. I'm doing this because I want to add some aging wax, but I'd like control over how dark it becomes. So sealing first makes it much easier to wipe back the excess. Once fully dry, I'm applying the wax and gently wiping it back with a paper towel. Next, I'm adding Pentart wax paste in bronze and gold, using my finger, just lightly catching the raised details of the castings. To adhere the castings to the board, I'm just using Pentart's Glossy Heavy Body Gel. The glossy dries clear and works beautifully as an adhesive. I'm also adding a little of the wax paste along the edges of the boards for extra depth. Finally, I've decided to lightly brush some white oak over the castings to tone them down a bit. Now they look like aged brass that has been softly painted over, and I love the more muted finish. And this is the final result. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments and subscribe if you love DIYs. I've listed all the products I used in the project in the description below. See you next time.